Every day, the man spends 4 hours commuting to work. Come rain or shine, he rides his bicycle, arriving punctually at the station at 4:30 a.m. Once the train started moving, the man would seize the chance to catch some sleep. After all, this was a relatively long journey. After disembarking this train, he immediately transfers to another train without pause. By then, the sky had begun to lighten. The man flipped through a newspaper to pass the time. After arriving at his stop, he hurriedly got off to grab breakfast. Then he had to squeeze back into the crowded train car. This was his daily commute. The man repeated day after day. Until this day, a man accidentally stepped on his foot. This man was none other than Moroguro Fukuzo, who could grant people's inner desires. Moroguro Fukuzo hurriedly apologized because the train was simply too crowded. After getting off the train, Moroguro Fukuzo wanted to offer the man some compensation, but the man was in a hurry to get to work and declined Moroguro Fukuzo's offer. After all, a 4-hour commute is no joke. If he delays any longer, he'd be late for work. Yet despite running as fast as he could, he still arrived late. After hastily dropping his bag, the man immediately plunged into work. At this moment, he resembled an ant that never tires because the commute home would take another 4 hours. So after work, he always politely declines his colleagues' invitations to gather. But even so, by the time he gets home, it's already late at night. His wife has long since fallen asleep. The man had considered moving to a closer place, but the city's exorbitant rents left him powerless to afford it. But he didn't have much time to complain, because if he didn't hurry up and take a shower, he wouldn't even have time to sleep. Yet tonight, something unexpected happened. 3:30 a.m. The doorbell suddenly rang. Who could it be at this hour? The man opened the door and was startled by the sight before him. A dedicated driver was waiting to take him to work. It turned out Moroguro Fukuzo had arranged this, had specially hired a driver for him, and thoughtfully prepared breakfast for the man. Now the man could finally get a good night's sleep, but he never imagined he'd unfortunately hit a massive traffic jam today. By the time he reached the office, it was already 9:30. His boss gave him a thorough dressing down and demanded he finish tomorrow's work today. The man was utterly distressed. Working overtime until 11 p.m. just to go home made no sense, so he planned to find a cheap hotel nearby to crash for the night. Just then, he ran into Moroguro Fukuzo again. Moroguro Fukuzo invited the man to a bar. The man couldn't help but vent to Moroguro Fukuzo because of his arrangements. He was late today. After learning the situation, Moroguro Fukuzo apologized repeatedly. To compensate the man, he splurged on a VIP suite at a 5-star hotel, complete with personal attendance and a mere 5-minute commute to the company. Moroguro Fukuzo told the man he could stay there free of charge on weekdays, but he must go home to his wife and kids on weekends. If he breaks the rules, he'll bear all consequences. From then on, the man was always the first to arrive at the office each day. With no more exhausting commute, he worked harder than ever. After work, he could finally enjoy gatherings with his colleagues. This was the life he had always dreamed of. But after work that evening, he had a few drinks with his boss. Then, as usual, he returned to his hotel room. But when he opened the door, he found the room completely empty. Just then, Moroguro Fukuzo appeared and informed him that today was Saturday. He broke the agreement and must be punished. Moroguro Fukuzo raised his finger, firing a wave of light at the man. When the new week began, his co-workers noticed he hadn't shown up for work. Just as everyone was puzzled, a female colleague suddenly noticed ants crawling out from the man's workstation. Following the ants' trail, the ants crawled into the man's storage cabinet. After opening the cabinet door, the sight before her eyes sent a chill down her spine.